First of all, the bulk of business plans, I would say, involve doing cash flow forecasts. My experience was that people's assumptions were so optimistic that I used to put into cash flow forecasts what's called a sensitivity analysis that said how wrong can they be with their forecasts and still make it a viable business. So I had somebody who came to me, could get fantastic cleaning chemicals, it was going to be so cheap, it was going to make millions. We worked it out in terms of the movement of goods and pallets. He needed something like about an 80,000 square foot warehouse, and he'd got part of an old mill. And that is the sort of thing that people don't really put the right degree of thought into it. And I would ask you to think, do you have an end in mind? Is it, I'm going to do it for so many years and sell it? Is it, I'm going to get it to a stage where I can have managers in and I can relax and just have them reporting to me? How much thought have you given to what your business will look like? So a process that I used to go through with people was, instead of just doing a 12-month cash flow forecast, and we're going to do this business and that business and we expect these sales to come in, have a think, really think about what you want your business to be in 5 years' time. Now, to give you an example of this, our government is one of the few that has actually put in targets for carbon reduction that are in the fairly near future. Why do you think at the end of the conferences they say, right, we've set a reduction target for 2050? To me, it's obvious. It's because no one can measure their performance against the targets. It's just so far into the future. So it's all very well having a target for 5 years, but how do you know how close to that target you're getting? So work back to year 4. The same thing. If we are going to be at this level of turnover with these sales and these staff at the end of year 5, what increase during year 5 would we expect? In which case, you've then got a snapshot of what it looks like at year 4. And then you just repeat it to year 1. That if now you've got an image of what it looks like at the end of year 1, what's it going to look like in 9 months? What's it going to look like next month? Then you start to get where it's a bit scary, because you suddenly realise you're nowhere near the 5 years, but you know about it in 30 days' time, not in 2 or 3 years' time. And this is where the work really starts. You're then starting to look at, are the targets realistic? Will it be 7 years? And it might be that you don't want a huge business. You might just want a nice, steady away business. I would suggest a lot of people that have businesses haven't got a business. They've bought themselves a job. So my idea of a business is a business that I can say, England are playing Australia they're playing for the Ashes in Australia this winter. I think I'll go, and the business will keep running. When you arrive at that, if you like, that's your strategy. But then you've got to go on to the tactics of how to get that. So us personally, we've got plans for the sales and everything like that, and it was a matter of how do we find people that will fit in to our corporate philosophy. And not everybody follows the same process, not everybody should. Like I say, some people might just want something that will see them out for 4 or 5 years, and that's it. Some people might want a huge business and they can pass it on to the children or whatever. Just give a think. That's all I'm saying, really. And use people that can help you.